Hi, my name's Alex Ben. I'm born and bred in Birmingham and have owned a house down there since 2006. I was looking for a way of selling the house. I wasn't spending as much time in the city and I was moving further north, and I needed to find someone who could deliver the whole process for me and with as much ease and support as possible without actually paying through my nose for it. I found Springbok by doing an internet search. I did a bit of background investigation into them, and all the reviews that I saw were really positive. Everything that I saw on their website and everything else I could find was really supportive, and I decided to give them a ring. I contacted them by email initially, and someone got back to me really, really quickly. At that point, I was just scoping. I wasn't really looking to sell immediately, but they were extremely helpful at the time, and then phoned back on occasion after that, until about 6 months later when I was ready to put the house on the market. At that point, they very quickly arranged an appointment for someone to come and see me at the property, to go through all the bits and pieces with it and explain how the process worked. While they were there, they took all the measurements for the different information that they needed, the room sizes, took some photographs and everything else, and we discussed a potential price. I had an idea in my head of what I was looking for, but I had a couple of other quotations to be given. They were really flexible in waiting for me to get those before we negotiated a price. The negotiation for the price was really simple, very collegiate and very workable. I didn't feel at all pressurised that they were trying to push me down or anything else. It felt honest, workable and sensible, and we came to a mutually agreeable figure. At that point, that is where Springbok really made a difference for me. They took over all of the organisation side of things, and that made life so much easier for me, and took a huge amount of stress out of the process for me. I accepted the offer, and I did think at the time that it would probably take a while to get everything through, and I was really, really pleasantly surprised, particularly as I went through their legal solicitors to do all the legal work. And in fact, it didn't take too long for the whole process to go through. Everything was sorted very smoothly. For me, Springbok was an absolute godsend. They dealt with everything in a professional manner. They were supportive. They answered my questions. I felt that I was not being pressurised in any way for any of the process, in terms of how fast I went forward with everything, in terms of the agreed price or anything else. And all the wash up at the end was done easily, clearly and without difficulty. I genuinely could not recommend Springbok more for if you are looking for someone to take on all the responsibility and deliver it for you, particularly if you are mal located from where the property is and unable to do a lot of it yourself.